Hello and welcome. Sometimes a story breaks not because of a headline, but because of the emotion it leaves behind. Today's story is not just about two actors or a controversial scene, it's about memory, identity, and how we handle the echoes of our past when they show up at the most unexpected moments. This story begins, as many in this industry do, with a performance. A bold one that demands attention. Yelmer Wiesel, known for her elegant screen presence and emotional depth, stepped into a role that required her to go further than she had before. The scene was intense, intimate, even, and it set social media ablaze. Viewers praised her courage. Critics questioned its necessity. But the reaction that echoed the loudest came from someone who wasn't even on set, Bar Bakhta. Bar and Yelmer's history is no secret. They've been linked on and off for years, never confirmed, never denied, but always present in whispers. Their chemistry on camera was undeniable. Off camera, the story was more complicated. And now, with just one scene, that story has resurfaced. Sources close to both actors say Bar was deeply affected by the episode. He didn't just criticize the scene, he took it personally, not professionally, but emotionally. Allegedly, he made statements to friends and even sent Yelmer a message urging her not to continue down this path. "You're better than this," he's rumored to have written. "Don't compromise your worth for shock or spectacle." Those words, whether from love or judgment, carried weight. Yelmer, however, didn't respond directly. She didn't mention his name. She didn't call anyone out. But she posted something that said everything. "Art demands courage, and freedom is the price of authenticity." That sentence spoke louder than any argument. It reminded people that behind every bold choice, there is a thinking, feeling artist making a decision, not a puppet for the audience or a memory from someone's past. And it hit home. The industry took notice. So did fans. Support poured in from across platforms. People praised her strength, her grace, and her refusal to be defined by anyone but herself. Meanwhile, Bar's defenders claimed he wasn't trying to control her, he was just concerned. That he spoke from a place of connection, not condemnation. That seeing someone you once knew, once maybe loved, step into a new version of themselves can be disorienting, especially if you're still holding onto an older version. But here's where things get real. This wasn't just about a scene. This wasn't about ratings or scripts or roles. This was about closure or the lack of it. Because when something ends without resolution, it never truly ends. It just lingers, quietly, until one day, it erupts in a wave of emotion you didn't see coming. And that's what this was for Bar. Not a critique of her role. A reaction to realizing she had moved into a space he no longer recognized. But Yelmer, she wasn't looking back. She wasn't asking for permission. She was evolving, and she was doing it on her own terms. For many women, this hit a nerve. How often are women told to tone it down, to be careful, to stay likable? And how often do those warnings come disguised as concern? This moment became bigger than the two of them. It became about every artist trying to own their story, about every woman who's been told you're too much for simply being bold. And it also became a reminder that sometimes the most powerful performance is the one off screen, the decision to walk away from someone who still sees you as who you were, instead of who you are. Still, the situation is complicated. Insiders say that tension between the two has been building for months, that there was an attempt at reconnection. Long conversations that started with "How have you been?" and ended with silence, missed chances, words left unsaid. Now, fans are combing through old photos, old interviews, reading between the lines, wondering if this story ever truly had a beginning, or if it was always destined to end in silence. Some even believe that this controversy could lead to something else entirely, that sometimes conflict brings clarity, that maybe, just maybe, this is the moment they both needed to finally understand each other. But others are less hopeful. They say the divide is too deep now, that once you've outgrown someone's idea of you, there's no going back. And maybe that's okay. Because growth doesn't always happen in sync. Some people run, others stay still. Some evolve, others remember. And sometimes remembering hurts more than forgetting. So where do we go from here? Both actors are continuing their journeys, separately, professionally, but always now, with this moment between them. Bar, once the one offering guidance, now stands outside the frame watching, perhaps wondering when it all changed. Yammer, once questioned for her choices, now leads with quiet certainty, knowing she no longer needs to explain herself to anyone. This isn't the kind of story that ends with a clean resolution. There are no heroes, no villains, just two people, shaped by time and emotion, doing their best in a world that watches too closely and understands too little. And maybe that's what makes this story so human. Because it reminds us that growth isn't loud. It doesn't come with applause. It happens in silence, in resistance, in knowing that your value is not up for debate. To everyone watching this unfold, remember, behind every headline is a heart, and behind every performance is a person who's just trying to be seen. Thank you for staying with me. If this story moved you, leave your thoughts in the comments below. Let's talk about love, respect, and letting go. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories that dig beneath the surface and reveal the emotion behind the headlines. Until next time, take care of yourselves and of each other.